I know today's Music Wednesday, and I'll get to music hopefully at the end of this vlog. I just had to get on here and say I heard back from another submission that I sent in back actually in December. It was a contest called Writers of the Future, and I got an email today, like 1:17 in the AM, it said on the time. And so with anticipation and anxiety, I opened it and was promptly and, how do I say this nicely? Whatever, I was rejected. I didn't win. I didn't even get, like, you know, a place, because I think they go up to a 3rd place, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, so yet another failure for the John. It's alright, that I'm keeping track of all of them. I think that makes 4 now, one of which I never heard from, but whatever. Anyway, so just heading out to another group meeting. Gonna actually go listen to Johnny do a reading beforehand. So I headed up to Sac State. And I realized while I was driving, listening to the radio, this makes my 30th video, which isn't a big deal, but it's funny that I feel like I'm actually talking to people now, like I'm not, because when I first started doing this, it was just like, well, you're talking to a camera, you feel like a doofus, but now it's like I feel like I'm talking to people even though I know there's not really anybody watching. I still feel like I'm actually talking to living human beings and not just to a machine recording me. So I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, just kind of down today because of that whole thing. I was really excited because the wife got some good news at work, and I was really excited for her and for us and some of the great things we're gonna get to start doing now. And then I got that, and I was just down, and I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. You get disappointed about things like that when you really, you know that you. I always do this to myself. I always want things to happen. I know I build up in my head that it's gonna happen. I know it's not. Like in the very back, in my very deep subconscious, I know that it's not gonna happen, that I wasn't gonna win that contest. I knew it before I submitted that I wasn't gonna win. But on the outer layers of my waking self, I was like, I'm gonna win, or at least get 2nd place or something, because I know that my writing is good. And that's what I was thinking. I obviously don't really think that most of the time, because most artists don't like anything that they produce because they're artists and they're perfectionists and they are never completely content and happy with their work, which is why we continue to progress and continue to write and continue to create, because we're always striving for this perfection that we have built up in our minds and that people have constructed for us, that we've learned from school and from other artists and so on and whatnot. So it was just, you know, I don't think I'll ever get over being, it's like getting dumped. You get dumped the first time from your first girlfriend, and it is killer. And it's never easier any of the other successive times that you break up with somebody. It always sucks every time. And I feel like this is the same way. Every time a piece is rejected, it's like I'm breaking up with that piece or whatever, you know? And so I'm just not having a good day so far. But anyway, it's Music Wednesday. So I thought, I'm not in a good mood, so I'm not gonna sing. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna put a video that the band and I played. I was in a band for 6 years. Oh, my phone's ringing. Oh well, I'm driving. I'm not gonna answer it. It's letting it ring. I was in a band for 6 years, in and out of high school. It was like the second half of high school, and then afterwards. And the culmination of all of our efforts is we played at Ska's Dead 3 when it played in Orangevale at the Boardwalk. We opened up for Go Jimmy Go, Mustard Plug, and the Toasters. Fantastic show, best show I've ever been to, in part because we got to play. Totally rockin' show. The bands were great. It was so much fun, like the best energy ever. So anyways, I am when I get home and edit this together, I'm gonna put one of the songs from that show at the end of this so you can kind of get a flavor for how we were live, and then maybe I'll play you guys some of our other stuff later and just put some of our songs throughout these vlogs. But yeah, music is a huge part of my life. I was doing music before I was doing writing, before I was reading even. I started playing guitar when I was in 8th grade-ish, because I was in freshman year, because I was in a band in 8th grade and I played drums, even though I didn't really know how to play drums. My friend had a drum set and I was like, I'm looking for a drum. I'm like, yeah, I can play. Such a lie. I'm such a liar. Couldn't really play. So we had a band. We were called No Way. We were awesome. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Anyway, so then I bought my first bass guitar, and the whole thing was that I was going to play bass in the band because our bass player was terrible, and all my other brothers had played regular 6-string guitar. I was like, I want to play bass, that'd be cool, because I'm, you know, a tiny person, so there's little me on this big bass guitar. So I bought my first bass guitar freshman year. I bought it, I paid for it with jobs that I had over the summer, and I've been playing bass ever since. So, yeah, hope you enjoy the music, and, you know, comments below about the song if you like it, and anything else that you want to talk to me about or ask me about or whatever. And maybe I'll even put up some footage of Johnny doing his reading as a kind of an extra post today or maybe this weekend. So anyway, I hope you enjoy the music, and that's all for today. So peace out. Ah!
This one's called Writing Under the Influence. They say that poetry is born through inspiration, a touch of the divine mind, a breath of the Holy Spirit. A poet gets in touch with it through drugs. Spiritus Mundi is the role of Mary Jane, they used to say. That was stupid. People are smart enough. Drugs aren't cool anymore. It's a societal role to all intellectuals. Like me. I don't do drugs. I'm too good for that. I just eat 6 Big Macs at McDonald's for my inspiration. The sodium chloride clogging my arteries can give me the same high. Wings of euphoria through a beef patty. I don't do drugs. If only others could be enlightened as I have been. Eating large batch of crisp, crunchy, freshly fried French fries could produce a Shakespearean sonnet just as worthy of an anthology as having an ugly girlfriend. I don't do drugs. Who needs to fall in love or feel the knife of unrequited love to write when you've got a dollar menu and an appetite imagination? I don't do drugs. Plus, if you really listen to the hamburger, it'll tell you the secret to the universe. I'm not kidding. I don't do drugs. I don't need them. But I will supersize my number one. I'm a great poet. Capital P for poetry. Poet me. I don't do drugs. I'm hungry. I'm hungry.
Oh.
I was in this whole like anti-McDonald's phase.
Obviously.
This man, a friend of mine used to work at McDonald's, and I was there during the shift one night, and he was taking drive-through orders. And a man comes up, and I hear this over his intercom. A man comes up and goes, "Hi, how are you?" And my friend Jeremy responds, "Oh, I'm doing well. You know, not loving what I do, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do." And he goes, "I love my Saturday nights." And he goes, "Okay, what can I get for you?" He goes, 36 cheeseburgers. And he goes, "Wow, you having a party?" He goes, "No, just me. Just another Saturday night." And I actually wrote that on a napkin. I couldn't believe somebody would actually admit that and say they enjoy themselves. But you know, to each their own.